For day 20's assignment, you asked if we could find out if we could build a pond. And right now we're in the middle of a heat wave, and it's not the right time of year to be digging a pond. And I would prefer, if I did build one, that it would be just out of natural materials and be, as you said, a natural rock-lined, preferably clay bottom pond. And I'm about to test the soil to just figure out a hypothetical pond, because also Craig said I can't build an actual pond. It wouldn't really be a great idea for where we are. I know there are ways to make it work, but with the current weather constraints, I'm gonna just do a hypothetical of a pond. I'm gonna test the soil from 2 different locations in the yard, from points that are viewable from 3 different viewpoints around the property, and then I'll be able to choose between the 2 and see which one is more likely to be a viable place for the hypothetical pond. Here we are on the side porch, and the first location that I'm going to test the soil in as a potential for where a pond could go is right in this area. I already have some of the grass torn up. I've started digging a small hole. I've chosen this spot because it's viewable from right outside the kitchen door, right inside the kitchen door, through the window, and through this window and out this door. And it can also even be viewed from the front porch. The second spot I'll be testing the soil in is right below this crepe myrtle tree. I know we're not supposed to put ponds underneath trees, but I've chosen this spot because it is also viewable from 3 different points on the property. It can be viewed from the front porch, the kitchen door, and this little cafe table area, and viewable also from most of the garden. Since this is a hypothetical location, I'm not going to be too concerned about the fact that it's under a tree. Here are my 2 soil samples. The first from the middle of the yard in the garden area, and the second from under the myrtle tree. And I looked up the percentage of clay content required to have a natural clay bottom pond with just soil that's on hand, and it's 30%. So I'm gonna just eyeball this and see if the clay percentage is anywhere near a third. And I can see that the clay on the top begins here. So only this tiny little section is clay, and I would need it to be about that much. So I can tell that site number 1 will not work. And here is number 2. Number 2 is a little bit harder to look at. If we rotate, we can see, again, a very small amount of clay, and we would have needed about that much. So neither location is a viable spot for a pond with the dirt that's on hand currently.